And we can't lose kill. There are no ARAM items. Completely
There are
lied
no
to.
ARAM
Okay.
items.
Wait, are they actually playing for tower?
Yes, look at their champs, bro. They're just double demolished.
Like, all I'm saying, guys, is that's a good guess on what we're doing. So
Wait, you guys are playing on the bounce?
It's okay, they were in their freeze.
Yes, we lost. We completely lost. I'm the worst Rengar in the world. We have completely lost.
Oh, it's not looking
Wait.
Oh, no. You know what to play for, Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, wait, let's actually go
Oh,
to
nice.
so Bradley can play his custom mode.
Wait, but I didn't even know this.
Let's just go,
We did
like,
this.
I just completely gaslighted. I heard they're ARAM items.
I thought there's ARAM items, I thought I'd get 1,000,000 gold, none of us know how to play.
Wait, kill
Daisy summon?
that. Yeah, kill.
Wait, good Daisy summon?
Kill that shit if it. Oh, whoa! What the?
Wait, Keel, can you put a bush on the
Good
tower?
Daisy.
Yeah, now I'm killing Daisy. Wait, this.
I
Wait.
got some plays, that's fine, that's fine. Yo, Loki?
Wait, Ian. Oh. Oh yeah. No.
It's
So
completely over.
steady wins the race.
Wait, I actually have Barry on the wrong key.
Oh my.
Wait, yeah, that's why you lost, you're right.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Freeze up, it's time.
Okay.
Oh, he's hitting the freeze. I can't stop it.
That's real.
Dude, look at my item.
We are. It's over.
We have another freeze.
Oh, about that
Even if you
freeze.
perfect, yes, you can hit.
Bye.
No. Oh, wait, can we?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes,
look at the
yes,
ring.
yes.
No, cancel, please. Look at the ring.
Holy.
Yes.
Okay, good call. Just keep winning.
I know, I haven't. Yeah,
Well, no. You ready?
I'm so dumb, Bernard. I'm so
Yeah,
dumb.
right here. Sit here. Just wait. Okay,
Go.
kill this. Okay, go.
Okay, well,
Hey, yes, sir.
was it just first to 2 kills?
Yes, it's,
Yeah.
it's completely rigged.
Okay. I'm running out of base with this, and I'm going this, okay?
I think that's dog.
Wait, we actually win right now, by the way.
I'm in, good luck.
Same. Hope you win these, Bruno.
Oh. Wait.
You want to
Gotta
risk
get
it
out.
all?
You have lethal
again?
tempo,
You wanna
no?
risk it all, buddy?
No, you have lethal. The back his ass.
Get your ass back here, boy.
Worth. It's very worth.
Hold that for me.
Oh. Hold gun. Oh wait. Oh god.
Wait, he's trash.
Oh god.
He's trash. He's trash. He's trash. It doesn't matter.
Okay, you live.
They cannot win.
They cannot win. We'll just hit our 1-item spike and...
Can you walk up?
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
this.
Also, no.
Yeah.
Get the out of there. We don't want to fight you. Ian, he's sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fine. I'm
good.
2x mana.
Good.
Okay, we have
look
to
at
have this though.
If we lose with these items, I'm quitting the game.
Remember, we only need 1 kill, by the way, okay?
Okay, get rid of the minions. Like,
Oh, true. This guy, no matter what this guy, just literally don't do anything. You ready? Alright.
we have level advantage as
Go.
well. We're 2 levels up.
Only ye.
Yeah?
What?
Oracle?
I trolled it.
I still have
Oh my god.
I'm permanent. That's on me. That's on me.
It's literally unwinnable.
Okay.
This
Wait, did you not have your W on me?
Dude, you told me
Yeah,
don't
wait.
Sigmas. You are trolling me. I fear it's literally completely on. They can't win.
I know. They can.
Yeah. You guys literally lost.
Yeah.
They can never win.
They
would
picked
say.
Caitlyn Tristana.
Yeah. Do they know?
Wait, really good there, Zumudo.
Yo. Just build your confidence.
Oh, a double stun? Okay. Yeah, well played, guys.
Really good.
Uh-huh.
Wait, now spam Q, Q.
Wait, kill this guy.
Dude, I'm killing
Wait, kill
Rumble.
me. Yo, why don't you kill me? What the hell?
Dude, they're doing damage, I think.
Oh my god, Bradley.
Wait, Zamunda just killed himself.
Go.
Surely you don't die as well.
Free.
Easy.
Yeah, thanks for the win.
I didn't that.
Wildcard 2 this weekend.
I didn't that, but you did get hit by every single spell in the entire game, Bradley.
I just don't understand.
I should control your keyboard, Bradley, and make you not get hit by
Well,
those
if you
spells.
look at the damage, you did all. So. Oh, wait, I can't say that. Wait.
And the results are expected, but in a surprising fashion. Nonetheless, TLC, not you take game one. Welcome on to the Rally Cry halftime show. I won't go ahead and beat around any more bushes too much. I just want to hop right into it. Nate, let us experience once again the wondrous thing that was a Yasuo that is not 0-10. Shall we?
Yeah, I mean, this is what the enemy Yasuo looks like. It's Harry and what he is able to do. And I mean, again, we got to give some quick props to Kim Down. Really like the turn that he went for there. Quick little flash QW. But Harry at this point, it was kind of done for Team Fish Taco at this play. Like, it's literally the enemy Yasuo meme that everybody talks about. He just walked away with 6 kills by the end of the laning phase. And it's just because there were so many people who could set up the Yasuo last breath. And Harry was like, oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, if I must, if you insist, sure. Oh, NXI, you're going to walk up to me? That's really weird. But I mean, you want me to get the kill? Like, whatever, bro. This guy obviously hasn't heard.
Bro, he doesn't know.
He actually doesn't know.
And the people setting up the kills, the one to really, really highlight is Kim Down. I just became a Kim Down fanboy within the last hour from the play that we're seeing. Yeah, just now.
Don't
Maybe
tell
I'm late
Cubby.
to the train. Maybe I don't agree with anything Cubby says, so that is
You're
perfectly
honestly
fine.
so based for that.
But yeah, Kim Down, these angles that he would find to get engages, whether it was flashing over walls or just getting into the face of Team Fish Taco, that was the road to success that Harry was able to walk down and have this phenomenal Yasuo play.
I'm just, once again, I haven't seen a Yasuo in quite some time. And so, like you were saying as well, Eric, right? Just that Gragas Yasuo combo already made me very happy. But just the fact that all the tools are clearly based around allowing him to succeed is just that much better. So, I think across the board here, I love to see it. Plus, also, the small callback to APA Ziggs, having that the bot lane too. Also made me very, very happy as well. But hey, just looking at his stats here too, we said Harry was that guy here, Nate, and his stats do not lie.
No, they don't. Like, he was part of everything the entire game from basically minute 1. You see that high kill participation. You see the gold div he had over Onat at 15 minutes. And if you were watching the game, you know these stats are true.
You feeling lucky? Did I use 1 Q, 2 Qs, maybe 3?
Yeah, there's definitely no visual or audio cues at all. It's just, you just have to count the
Does
cues.
not
totally.
fit my narrative.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's not like Riot designs it so that.
What do you think, Harry Potter uses a sword?
Harry
I mean,
Potter.
doesn't he at one point? I don't know. I didn't
Yeah,
finish
he does.
that
In the
series.
second movie, he does do that. When he's
yeah, there you go.
When he's fighting the basilisk,
Yeah, get rolled, Eric.
That does not count. Get out of here. Not Harry's stats. Those can stay.
Yeah, Harry stats can stay. Harry Potter can go. That book sucks.
All right, you know what, dude? Fair enough. Okay, but what we should do is we should go on
Wrangle this.
to our Rally Cry halftime
Oh,
show.
right. Yeah, we have those.
Oh, we got one of those, yeah?
We do got one of those, yeah. Sorry to burst your guys' bubble.
Dude, I mean, I could trash Harry Potter for like, how much time do we have?
Oh my god.
6 minutes? That'd be so easy. That'd be so
This is
easy.
not the segment right now.
All right,
bro.
okay,
We're not-
my bad. Go ahead, go.
I hate Harry Potter.
I want to trash something.
Your opinions are
Sword Art
weird
Online,
anyways,
I'll trash
but
up.
we're not gonna get
Yeah.
into it. Oh my god. Whatever, guys.
Oh, we have
we're
a
playing-
halftime show. Let's do
We're
that.
playing Newly Duoed, all right? Stop
Oh,
it.
yeah, okay. I got my
playing-
pen and paper. I'm ready.
We're playing Newly Duoed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
of course, as you all know, for those, well, you know how it works, but for those who don't know how it works, it's like the Newlywed game. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the question from the other person's perspective, and the second person has to answer. So, for example, I'll ask Destrux, hey, which was BDB's favorite skin that game? And then Destrux will have to answer
Cowhide.
whichever one.
I don't even
Sure.
remember the skins that game.
That's
Don't ask
fine.
me
It
that,
doesn't really
please.
matter, right? But it's an example, right? And then
Best
Nate will
skin
go
is the
ahead
skin
with
he's
best.
in, man.
Yay, I think.
Thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, no, that's good.
Feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It took me a second, but we got there.
Yeah, guys, you know what? Love yourself. That's the message here. Anyways, moving on. Let's
NACL rubbish.
let's go to the first question. All right. So, this one's gonna be for you, Nate. Who on TLC would Eric say has grown the most throughout the split?
Oh wow, that's
I think that's a gimme. I think, right? You're a smart guy. You guys have been talking about him almost the entire game. So. It's a gimme. It's a gimme.
If I'm wrong, I'm gonna convince Emily to fire you. Because like, there's no way I'm wrong.
So obviously, the most improved on the entire season is Harry. No, it's Kim Down.
I would fly out tomorrow and scrap you.
All right, is Kim down? Nate, go and hold up
Kim
the
down.
answer. Kim down. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Killing already so far. Nate's on the board. He gets a point. Aside from that, okay, Eric, let's go on over to you. Let's keep this rolling, shall we? All right. Who do we think that BDB says should always play carries? You gotta play for this guy. Don't be on a supported role.
On what team?
On
what team?
TLC.
TLC.
On TLC.
Should always play carries.
We should always play carries. We don't want to see this guy on a supported role. We want this guy to be the front runner always. Maybe a bit of a harder question.
Wait,
right?
I'm the one writing, right?
You are the
Yeah,
one.
you're guessing for me, but I also
guess.
wrote it down so we can do like, like the game.
A little reveal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Yeah, let's do that. A little reveal.
Yeah.
Let me turn off my light real quick because the reflection kind of.
Oh, it like ruins it. Yeah.
Here we
That's
go.
so ominous. All right. He said
Oh,
Harry. All
yeah,
right.
what do you got,
And
what do you
what
got?
did Nate say?
He said Harry.
Yeah.
Woo!
I mean, after that performance, you actually just can't deny it. It is incredible what he's able to do.
It's not even just that. Like, the
let
thing
that
that's been the strength for a TLC all year for me is the mid-jungle duo. Mir, of course, MVP, had an incredible spring, has been having a great summer. And whether it's APA or Harry, these two still stand out to me and are big parts of how TLC find a lot of their wins.
And this is, I'm just waiting for, after that, just for Eric to say, is it 1Q? Is it 2? You don't know.
You know, he might
lucky
have
punk.
he might have forgotten if you didn't bring that up. So now I got to live with that.
It's so funny,
Bring
man.
it back.
Oh my god.
Okay, but let's go on over, Nate. Let's go. Let's try to alleviate some of your stress, right?
Okay.
Okay, and to give you a point, who would you say, Eric, was the brightest spot for Taco that game?
Right
Shift.
spot for Taco that game. Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's easy.
Yeah, shift narratives a little bit too. Who would you
Yeah.
say has like,
Yeah.
like even though it's a tough game for them, but like still showed up, played to their role, and did solid overall. Nate, you got the answer?
You ready?
Are you ready? You said
I was gonna say Spawn.
Okay.
I was supposed to say it before you showed,
Oh.
but I was gonna say Spawn.
Well-
Being honest, right there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, makes the most sense. I like that. You guys are killing us so far. Perfect scores. Gentlemen, you guys are doing
We're kind of the goats.
Yeah, noted. Okay, so then speaking of goats too, we feel like goats should continue to move on forward as they
Sure.
do up some mountains. So,
Okay.
let's see. Who would BDB say is next up for LCS promotion?
In this lobby.
This one, in this lobby is next up. I am allowing you to write up to 2 answers here as well. If you
Okay,
want.
I'm
to.
writing it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
write it.
you
I
write it.
will. Let me think for like a quick second.
Yeah, up to 2 answers. You can pick from either team. You can pick 2 from both teams. Just want to see, who you guys think is next up. We already had APA moving on up. He's been killing it so far. So, is there potential here for more to move up in this lobby?
Okay. One
Okay.
down. Let me
I
think
got
of
it.
my second real quick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is reverse order. This is
Whatever.
Reverse order. My second answer is actually my first answer. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's see it.
All right. All right.
So
supposed
I say
to
my
guess, yeah.
I say my answers, right?
Yeah, say your answer
Okay.
first, Nate.
So my first one is Mir. For
Okay.
sure. And if I had to pick someone else, I would actually say Harry. Because it's kind of like the Diplex situation with M&S and C9 Challengers. I think Harry is a fine LCS mid laner. The reason they switched him out makes sense. AP has been playing well. He is playing well in LCS. But I think Harry could succeed on another team, which is my thought process there. Mir, I feel like I don't need to explain myself. Like,
Yeah,
Mir's
you're
the goat.
just goated. There's just no
ready?
shot.
Mir should
All
be
right,
playing LCS right now.
Flip it
ready?
around.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Eric.
I'm ready. Oh!
Hey,
How did you do this, bro? Like,
Woo!
he just knows.
God, you guys are actually just so
just too easy.
synced, man. It's
It is, bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
If you guys dance
the
right
wedding?
now in person. Where's the wedding? You know what?
Same
if you guys do
wavelength.
have,
Oh, where's my light? Here we go.
man, if you have a wedding, can I cast it? Can I just?
Dude, honestly,
It'd be a proper NACL waiting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That's what I was saying. 2-step on forward. B takes the first step. B takes the second. He's staying his vows. Will he back
God.
out?
Listen, bro, all I'm saying is we never FF.
We never FF. It's always a go next angle, no matter what. But thank you both for playing incredible records so far. But as it stands, Game 2 is on the horizon. TLC are looking to lock in the top spot here. Could go 24-8, 4 above their undersessors of FlyQuest. So, right there for them. It may not be this 4-go, but Taco, can they run it back? Can they beat the red line? Will they rise above the challenges? All that remains to be seen is time and me tossing it over to y'all. Start it up.
I will pose that question with another question.
All right.
Can Taco get Kindred?
No.
Well, you got your answer. There you go. Now on to the draft.
I thought color casters were the toxic ones, bro. What happened?
I've been hanging with Cubby and Josh too much, man. Eventually, they just get into your mind and just tell you everyone sucks, man. It's just,
Oh, man. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. Even without Kindred, Team Fish Taco have won games just because Kindred was how they won the last game against TLC. Doesn't mean they can't win without it. TLC, on the other hand, first ban, they're like, yeah, no worries. Maybe we can beat the Kindred, but you're never going to find out.
Yeah. Not gonna allow that to go through again because they don't make the same mistake twice. Unfortunately for Team Fish Taco. For Team Fish Taco, they are gonna ban away the Demolition Duo as their first set of bans coming through. It's returned with the Kaisa ban onto Spawn. I think that's a rather interesting one, but taking that away, one more ban for Team Fish Taco.
He has had some good looks on that pick, so I think that's a good takeaway. It's something ONAC could play as well. It's just such a big priority on blue side, so it's a really common thing you'll see teams take away. So, it makes sense. It's chill, and at this point, if you're TLC, you're just looking for maybe another OP to get rid of something like the Nico, even though ONAT wasn't able to have really the value you're kind of hoping for because they fell behind so hard early, and he's still worth taking away. Oh, but it's Jace.
Yeah, final ban's gonna be Jace. And now Team Fish Taco after their 3 bans. Including ban away APA Ziggs. He's here in spirit. I'm just gonna put that out there. Let's see what they want to go for on to their first pick.
What are your guesses? Predict right now. Go. You have 7 seconds.
I have 7 seconds. Some Maokai things, man.
Okay, Maokai's good. I'm gonna say Nico. But I like the Maokai guess. Well,
You win.
I win. I'm better than you. Sorry.
It happens sometimes. You win some, you lose some, but you're never better than beat.
No, exactly. It's just a skill issue. You know how it goes.
All right, now waiting.
Oh my god,
for
I thought you froze for a second. I got so scared.
No. It is a little bit of a lag on my end. I hope you bear with me while I
okay.
get through this little rough wave. Next 2 picks come in. Going to be the Zaya and the Poppy.
Yeah, Ziggs, not an option there. I mean, the Zaya's a big one for Arrow. That's self-sufficiency. We can talk about this champion all day long. You can protect yourself. You still scale well. Cool pick. Mira playing the Poppy again. It looked really good in that last game, so why not run it back? We're actually seeing some similar picks come through, especially if that Sejuani gets locked in for Rose Thorn. We want to talk about Taco's draft from the last game. The draft wasn't really the problem. I thought it was fine. They had plenty of ways to play and potentially win that game. They're just playing against TLC. So if they ran back the same draft or something similar, it's still playable.
Don't worry. I almost got it going, up and running again. Unfortunately, there's a hamster that runs inside of my modem, my internet, and I haven't fed it, so I'm just getting that taken care of for the moment.
Do you want to? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to feed it or something?
Please spoil it to me. What's going on in the draft? I'm a little bit blind.
No problem. Soul locked in the Rumble. It was like in the back of my mind, but I've never really seen him play it. We always know him for the more tank style champions, things that are low economy and things like that, but he's locking that one in, and it kind of limits the options Bradley is going to go for on the top side because Rumble has so many good matchups. The only thing I can think of really is if he goes for the Kennen, but I'm kind of hoping that's something Taco banned from him.
Okay, I'm also now looking at the literal stream too.
Wow,
get some
that
reference
bad?
to some of the picks going through. Yeah, it's that bad. Okay, finally went through. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I can see what's going on. Rumble, let's go. Nico, let's go. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, Nico, you saw that one, but yeah. Really cool pick. we're seeing Yasuo banned. Makes perfect sense. I mean, Team Fish Taco's comp, you have a really good team fight already. If you look at the solo laners and their ultimates, like the Pop Blossom, the Equalizer, are both really strong at controlling space in certain areas. And at this point, you just get another carry into Spawn's pocket. TLC even recognized that. They ban away the Rel so that NXI can't have a really strong engaged champ, and you ban away the Aphelios, Spawn's biggest comfort champ.
I am pretty excited to see this Rumble actually hit the map. I'm curious as to if they want to flex it. I expect it to be Rumble top and Nico in the mid, but there is a possibility there, depending on what TLC go for the draft here. I just don't know if it's exactly in the champion pool of ONAT to that regard.
Okay, what? Okay, that, my immediate thought is scaling for scaling. You're like, oh, you want to scale? You want to play late game? Fine, let's play that game. I'm going to play Vlad, which is crazy because that's the first Vlad NACL this year. I don't even have to check that. I just know that's true. Like, this champion I have not seen in comp play. Maybe when I was casting amateur last year or something. But the point is, that's my immediate thought here. Bradley wants to play for the late game. And late game, this champion is annoying and oppressive. So
Okay, I've looked it up on the season. It's only been played by 2 players, and I believe they're both Ultra Liga.
yeah,
So,
yeah that's across the whole world.
That's across the whole world. So this is incredibly rare, man. What is Coach Spawn cooking, my dude? Man, Vladimir getting locked in. I'm very curious to see what the game plan around this Vladimir is going to be.
Right, and part of what I'm going to see, I want to see what the rest of the draft is there, what Harry is going to be playing mid lane, because I'm figuring that it's Vlad top, and it's looking like that is going to be the case. So you have DPS, you already have pretty good team fight with TLC's composition, and not only do you scale well, Bradley is the reason why I actually lean towards TLC's side for the scaling. Bradley, once he gets some AP, once he gets more ability haste on some of those spells, he's going to do a lot of damage to squishy champions. He's going to be really hard to kill because of the healing that he has on his empowered Qs. And he's just going to be a side lane monster.
This kind of takes me back to the days of old, back in my time.
Oh,
when
yeah?
we used to run gimmick team comps, because I used to play in this small like amateur community tournament that was tiered between plat and gold. But we used to try and make
Nice
these
flex.
gimmicky team comps and like just try and come up with whatever we thought synergized together on an ultimate level only. And Vladimir was always something we were trying to get to work because of the magic damage amplification you get. That is going to play part of this with an Azir, because all those autos coming through, it could really ramp up the damage for TLC. That's one of the first things that pops out when I see this Vladimir.
Right, and again, Bradley's not exactly going to be, the strongest laner, though he did take the Ghost Ignite, as you often do the few times I've seen this champion in comp play. Again, it's the scaling. It's that late game that's going to be really strong. Team Fish Taco, they might not be able to fight for that first Rift Herald. But, again, when you see Bradley get haste, get AP going, then he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Team Fish Taco's side, I mean, you have ONAT in the mid lane, who should be able to get push, is playing the Nico. Again, pretty big comfort pick for this player. And you want it so that, one, Rosethorn has an easier time moving around the map, playing for invades, and hoping that you can generate a lead so that Spawn can be the one to carry this game. Yeah, he can't get the Aphelios, but the Jinx pretty much fits the mold of what we are used to seeing from a player like him.
Final game of the day, TLC versus Team Fish Taco. Type in TLC if you want them to take a dub. Nice. Type in Team Fish Taco if you want them to get the victory. As right now, it is starting to feel more and more do or die for Team Fish Taco. While for Team Liquid Challengers, this is something they could do a little bit more on these last couple of games. They are almost secured for that first place, depending on how a few more games play out. So why not experiment on some of these strategies you've yet to pull out on the stage?
Yeah, absolutely. And okay, we're seeing Ghost come through.
Oh my.
From Spawn.
Yeah, still already getting a summoner out very, very early with that skirmish, level 1 even.
Yeah, the Zyricon can be really strong at the level 1, so getting them to use their pots, getting the pressure on them so you can get level 2 first is pretty important there for Team Fish Taco. You want that lead as well for Spawn, however he's going to be able to get it on this Jinx. And the hope is kind of that the wave bouncing back will give Rosethorn an opportunity to try and gank this Zyra Rakan. Setting Arrow behind this game while getting Spawn ahead is pretty much Taco's way to winning this one.
And you can see the attention of Rosethorn is exactly where you said, hovering around this bottom side. So he's got priority in both the mid and the bot lane, so he can very safely go for this invade to try and spot out where Mir is. Starting up the Wolves, Rosethorn washing over there. He has the red buff as well, so a little bit of a menace for Mir to have to deal with. Rosethorn will not get the Wolf for himself. He'll only take the small ones.
Still, that pressure is kind of what we were expecting here. He's looking, especially because his bot lane has that prio. So now, Rosethorn surely is going to go farm his own camps, but he's just pathing mid.
Hey, what's
like,
up?
He's not even pretending. He's like, what's up, Harry? And then he just keeps walking, as
Hey,
I'm
man,
sure he's
I'm gonna-
looking to contest the red. Yeah, he's like,
I'm gonna go mess up your jungler. You gonna do anything about it, Harry?
Yeah, let me just scoot by real quick, you know?
Yeah, it makes a little passing going through as in the bottom lane. And those warm hugs. It's got to feel so good for Spawn to keep him nice and sustained. Now, here's the interesting move. Bradley goes down to try and run some interference right here to make sure that Mir's not going to be in a bad situation with this Scuttle Crab take. Rosethorn still trying to go for the contest, but remember, it's a Vladimir. There's a lot of sustain that this champion gets, especially if you max up a Blood Bar, get it on the Q. It's a big heal, and it's enough. Rosethorn still able to fight back alongside Soul. Now look at this, Spawn. Bad place to be. Still fancies himself a fight as he turns it around onto Arrow. Arrow falls to about 100 health.
Wow.
The flash out hill comes in time. As only barely able to survive after that skirmish. Spawn and NXI taking it to TLC's bot lane.
They are, and wow, I like the pressure, but we've used all of our summoners, and Arrow still has both of his. So now this Jinx and Milio are going to be really vulnerable for when Mir ends up on the bottom side. I mean, he's at the point where he wants to reset, walk back down, and get the respawning camps. So there is going to be that danger coming through from this Poppy that you must be expecting as Taco's bot lane.
And now reset for the Poppy, as you had mentioned, first purchase coming in. Gotta expect it to be in the bot lane. Him down. Walks a little bit too close right there. It does seem like NXI and Spawn want to stay a little bit longer to catch this wave. That could be dangerous right there if Team Liquid fancy themselves a dive.
I don't think they do. Mir's still a long way away, but on the other hand, a gank with the lane pushing away from them. That's a different story, Eric. But Spawn and NXI, they're not messing around with that. They know the danger they're in, so they're just going to recall. As I say that, Spawn actually cancels his back. So there is that dive opportunity if they see him.
And that priority that got fought for by TLC will make sure that Mir's not going to get double scuttled. He was bullied away from that top side, instantly took his reset going bottom. Could have been a situation where he goes for that dive, but nope, instead just takes that Scuttle Crab, and now arriving late will be Rosethorn.
Wow.
This in the top side, though. Bradley, and a lot of hurt against Soul, who's looking to burn him down. A reminder, we talked about it before, before the show, that this Rumble lock-in was something Wildcard had cooked up specifically for Bradley, who hates fighting this in solo queue. Now he has to fight it again with Soul.
Yeah, and this one is tough because you will scale really hard as the Vlad, but right now, I mean, the laning phase of Rumble can't be understated. So props to Soul for being able to be this constant pressure here as he ticks over to level 6. And it does mean in a few minutes' time, he should be plenty strong for the Rift Herald coming through. And I like that he even took the Ignite because he knows he wants to pressure this Vlad, deny some of that healing with the Grievous Wounds. But now we look bot side as Kim Down's like, oh, hey, what's up?
He's hiding. They don't spot him. And there he comes, right out of the brush onto NXI. The Chompers to try and get a chain of CC. Not going to be found. NXI will survive. And Team Liquid make their presence felt.
They certainly do. And it looks like they're trying to posture, toying, flirting with the idea of starting this Drake, but health bars are low, don't have ults, they do not want to actually go for this. You're okay letting go of this dragon. Taco are the ones who need to be playing for Dragon Soul. As long as TLC get one in the next 15 minutes, they're chilling. So it's fine for them to be able to walk away from this and potentially set their sights to that Rift Herald if they can get a good setup for it.
That will be spawning quite soon. Mir is in that side of the map. His blue buff will be spawning soon, still has golems on the top side. With priority coming out from Bradley on to the top lane, this does give Team Liquid early positioning to set up for this Rift Herald. You might not be content with just positioning, though. You might be looking for more.
Oh, wow. I thought he got
Never mind.
from that.
The more was a recall.
Yeah. And I mean, NXI, it did get canceled. So it's huge, Eric. You ever had your back canceled? Doesn't feel good.
Tilting.
Yeah.
Makes me
it's
angry.
tilting. Exactly.
Get unreasonably upset.
Yeah, and then you just start running it down, right?
Yeah, and writing angry posts on Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. Riot, why are backs able to be canceled? That's what you wanted. Jokes aside, though, with the Rift Herald spawning, with Rosethorn heading towards the top side, I gotta imagine that is priority 1 for Team Fish Taco. Get some gold into their pockets. It's TLC with a slight gold lead at the moment here, but it's Taco who needs to get the ball rolling. Taco, remember, facing bottom 2. If they don't manage to pick up a handful of wins this weekend, they are fighting Supernova, who we saw got an upset win against DSG. They are fighting Maryville, who was playing over on the other stream today as well. These are their competition to make it to top 8 to dodge the promotion tournament.
Yeah, and Supernova did get that win last game against DSG. That puts them 1 win ahead of Team Fish Taco. A win desperately needed, because it's not just 1 win they need to get. That doesn't get them out from the situation that they're in. Getting 2, getting more wins than Maryville, our next highest, which is going to be 11 wins, could be very, very crucial for them. Again, it does feel like fate is not exactly in their hands, because you are depending on a lot of performances of other squads, but still, getting a win here in the same vein that Supernova got a win earlier could be big. Now here comes.
Oh, I think
Team of Play
Soul's
gonna
dead.
go down,
Yeah.
and Soul's gonna go down. First blood coming out from Bradley. He's facing his demons beat.
Oh, man, and that might be it for top lane, Eric. Oh, hold on. We may have a fight on our hands.
All right, here we go. Able to slam him against the wall. It's Mir finding the wall stun. He will get the kill as 4 members of Team Liquid Challengers pounce.
And that's TLC winning on both sides of the map there, Eric. Like I said, that's it for top lane. First blood to the Vlad, who already had the Lucidity boots, who already had the Fiendish Codex. It only gets harder for here for Soul. I gotta imagine Bradley tries to all-in him every time he has ult and ignite up. And the fact that TLC pushed Rosethorn out of his bottom side jungle just means they get to keep exerting this pressure here, and they just get closer and closer to these item spikes. That first item gonna be pretty big for the Azir. All right for Arrow, who's already there with the Kraken Slayer. And you can just see that 1.5 gold lead start to show for TL.
TLC, this is a game, this is a team that you really can't sleep on at any stage of the game.
Nope.
Because they're so good at running away with a lot of the leads that they're able to obtain. Josh had pointed out a stat before where he was talking about after 15 minutes, if TLC have a gold lead, they do not lose.
Whoa,
Only Fear's been able to prove that wrong once.
Whoa! Josh, hello?
Yeah.
That was me, brother, man.
Oh, that was you?
Oh my god, all color casters look the same to you, don't
Yeah.
they, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, you and Josh look exactly similar, man.
You know, I knew it. I knew you always thought this way. I guess I walked into that one, man.
Oh god, Odat, Emperor's Divide, pulls him right in. He's going to use the Pop Blossom, but it's not going to get much done in terms of damage. And there's more members of Team Liquid Challengers arriving. They'll take down the mid lane of Team Fish Taco.
Get down all over the map, able to find yet another play. And it is true, Eric. Before that Fear game, where Perry won Play of the Week from last week, they actually did win 100% of games when they were ahead at 15 minutes. Team Liquid Challengers, they're a team, we saw it in spring, they play really hard for the early game, and all their wins are where they snowball well. Because they have strong laners, because they move around the map really well in the early game, smothering out their opponents and making sure they never have windows back into the game. It's not just about winning gold, picking up kills, it's denying resources, and TL do that well.
So big thank you to Joshi for giving us that stat.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Mir and Kim down linking up. That is a dangerous duo on the map, and this duo has linked up in the bottom side as NXI and Spawn get a push going. Mir is not too far off. Kim down waiting in the flank.
Oh, yeah, what I
Not
tell
again.
you, every
Not
time.
again. This is personal for Bradley right now. He's like, you can't
Oh, wait,
hurt
the
me
slow?
anymore!
Oh!
Soul says, I dare you to flip that one back, and he somehow, someway on the turret dive is able to take down Bradley.
Wow, huge response, and it could just be a reverse of what we saw before.
Oh,
Taco
ultimate goes out
looking
and lands onto Arrow. Arrow's getting low, but he has his Featherstorm, he has his Flash, another rocket goes through. It's not enough to take down Arrow. TLC is still holding the line, and they've called more members. Here comes Harry.
Spawn, oh, he doesn't have enough mana for the Super Mega Death Rocket, but he was there. That's what matters. You're chunking out people like Arrow and Mir. You're denying resources from the Zaya, and you're there. Oh my god. Whoa, that was really close. You're also getting gold onto your carry here in this Jinx. We said it in game 1, it's still true in game 2. Spawn is going to be the one to help turn this game around for Team Fish Tacos. He's always been that standout. He's been so good at team fighting, and when he has the gold, he can make it happen.
Dragon started up by Team Liquid Challengers. Spawn still not in a spot to really be that impactful. It's going to be a while before he does get that goal to be in the spot that you want him to. Does have his Kraken Slayer right now.
That's something.
So that is something to work with, but Team Liquid Challengers nonetheless will grab the second Drake of the game, and you were saying they just need to take one feat to delay this for Team Fish Taco and take away that objective.
Yeah.
Well, they were able to check that off early.
Right, that's exactly what we were talking about here, because late game and TLC are still looking fantastic. A lot of it because of Bradley's Vlad on the top side. Even though, you know, he gave a kill away in a very questionable turret dive, it's still going to look good.
On to Harry. Emperor's Divide means no. You're not allowed to pass this line. The soldiers will hold out. And Harry still incredibly hard to actually get a gank on. That was without ultimate for Rosethorn. Still trying to save that for a different situation when that does come off cooldown. We do see Spawn in NXI. A hard shoving. Seems like Team Fish Taco are setting up around this mid lane. Trying to get something back in their name.
Yeah, you feel confident pushing this in because you saw Bradley was farming under turret. You know Harry was under threat there. And you have a decent amount of vision on really both sides of the mid lane. So it's going to be hard for Mir to get the jump on you. And you get that extra bit of gold into your pocket. You get the space to allow Taco to go for some of the plays that we saw just now, even if they don't work. And that's what they need to keep doing. So I like that Team Fish Taco are trying to make plays happen, trying to generate kills, because that's what they need to do to kind of win this game. This is pretty crucial.
And they got it back at a good time, because it means they get to be there for the Rift Herald and start that up. And Spawn already has his Kraken Slayer, so more of a threat if Team Liquid look to contest this.
They might. Bradley's 11. He has Night Harvester.
Ooh, and remember what the Hemoplague does. Find it in that big grouping for Amplified. Here it comes. Equalizer going to go down.
Steals.
And Mir will get the steal. Kim down, looking to hop on to Rosethorn as the feathers fly right on back, but the rocket follows Arrow to the skies. Now Spawn is excited, looking for Bradley. Bradley will still take down Rosethorn, but it's another one going over to Team Fish Taco as Onat will score a kill.
A much-needed fight win coming through here. It's unfortunate for Taco that the... Where's Harry flashing from there? Whatever. Unfortunate for Taco that they got the Rift Herald stolen. That would have made this play perfect for them, giving them another way to get gold. At least Soul will be able to pressure this top tier 1 turret and maybe able to get first brick, but he's going to get pressured away. You still get gold back as the members of Taco, and you can see it here. Mir, he steals the Herald, which is unfortunate, but the key difference here is that Arrow lost so much of his health because of the Equalizer before he could do anything. So this Zaya, who was on par with the Jinx, wasn't doing any damage really. And as soon as he ults and dies, Spawn starts resetting. And this Jinx, we talked about the impact he's gonna have. This fight was just a little taste of that.
Harry in that fight couldn't really do anything. That's the power of the Equalizer, and that's also the power of Onat. Both of them, first of all, the Equalizer made it so Arrow had to flash forward to actually take part in that fight. And then same thing with Harry, where he couldn't actually posture up to get in there. It's chased away from Onat. Doesn't really have that impact that his ears are known for, because You want a Nazir there from the get-go to get that sustained DPS that scales up and does oh so well. If Team Fish Taco can pull apart Team Liquid in fights like that using the Equalizer, maybe there's a chance there, B.
We saw how powerful it was for Fake God in doing that exact same thing in the last series. We've seen how powerful this champion is in general since he got his buff in the last patch. And Soul has that opportunity. He has the power to have that huge impact there in these team fights, just the way you described it, Eric. And that's what I'm keeping my eyes on. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Mir flashes. It doesn't even get hit by the ultimate. Ooh, is focused onto Spawn. Feathers go flying, able to get the root through, and Spawn is dead to rights. Oh, the rocket will land on nothing. Onat jumps back in, but under the tower is going to be Harry, not under much threat, but Onat is, as Mir slams him against the wall. Hemo play goes out, amplifying that magic damage, and the pop to go through. 100 health remains. Mir can't get close enough. Steadfast Presence will give him more boost. Will use instead a wallbang to try and get the auto through, but can't get it just yet. Only Spawn falls.
Wow, that was a good look there. Coming out from Team Liquid Challengers. Hey, we saw Harry get that first brick bottom side and get that next wave in. And you can see it on the minimap. He's walking up. You feel good as Taco because you have Soul checking that top side, but they responded too slowly. They didn't have adequate vision to actually pressure this turret. And because of that, TL got the drop on them. And from this point, this fight was just easy. You get Spawn out, Taco are done.
The other thing about this fight, though, was it was a situation where TLC weren't able to close out on some of these kills, so credit to Team Fish Taco for not overstepping and being able to get away from Team Liquid to make sure that this wasn't going to be a complete disaster. Still, losing Spawn very much hurts, but now Team Fish Taco set up to the Drake.
Right, so even though their Soul is delayed, it is still a big objective for them to continue stacking up these Drakes. And on the other end, TL recognized this. Really nice call to just go ahead and take Camp's top side. Drop the Herald for Arrow as well so that he can get 1, maybe 2 turrets to his name. And this is something TLC do a lot. Arrow, ahead, behind, doesn't matter. They do a good job of rotating him around the map and helping him pick up gold in all these different places, which helps him catch up or gets him miles ahead of his opponent.
I mean, straightforward to say, Arrow is a very, very experienced player and provides a lot when you bring him onto some of these tier 2 rosters. I mean, I remember the days of when he was on Wildcard and when he was either playing the marksman role or he would step back to coach. Being alongside players like him down, or even Harry to that regard, you know, it's taking that experience and utilizing it in a way that brings up the growth of the next level of LCS player. So seeing him step up to be that marksman for this squad and to see their success and see them flourish, it's great for him.
And at least getting that mid-tier 1 is pretty good for Team Fish Taco. A lot of you died for it about a minute or 2 ago. Now they're able to get it done, break open the map a little bit so they can start to push their vision line forward past the neutral territory of the river. That'll be important in the coming minutes because Taco have their 2 dragons and they want to keep grabbing them until they get that soul. So in 3 minutes time, keep an eye out on Taco to try and focus their vision out on the bottom side. They already have some pretty good vision in the river as it is, so they can get priority over the Drake. Maybe take it away while TLC aren't looking.
And you can see TLC have a strong hold of that quadrant of the map beat.
They do.
And you got to be very, very careful if you don't have vision. That Fog of War can contain 1 Kim down, and that's all the Kim downs you need to start a fight in the name of Team Liquid.
That's right, you can see it. TL, they don't care about that 3rd Drake. They're 3,000 gold ahead. Control over this top side is more important. And as long as they get this mid-tier 1, when the dragon gets close to spawning, they can just start the Baron for themselves. And that's the big thing they're hoping to play for. Right now, they have their whole team here just talking low.
Ooh, they called it off. They called it off. The turret was enough. So
I think it was a cover.
Yeah. You know what? I'm still happy with that because if they did get in a fight and they had to retreat, not too far off with Soul, a good equalizer placement in the jungle is really hard to get away from.
True. I think the members of TL were just there to cover in case Taco went for the forward play there. But I like the restraint from Team Fish Taco. Will give them that space to, even though they lose the turret, take some time and clear up vision. Because even though the Drake and that bottom side is what they want to focus on, right now, maintaining vision here, trying to get pressure where you can is so important.
Oh, that was rough. Mir was just on the edge of the bush, wasn't actually in it, so didn't realize how close he was to Team Fish Taco.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, hey, this is awkward.
That will be a splashdown. You know, we take those because Mir is really good at those heroic charges and getting them at angles that find stuns. Flash sets that up for him, so something given back. Minute 45 before the dragon does come up. Team Fish Taco want to continue that dragon stacking win condition.
Yeah, it is still something. Mir does have the Hex Flash. Keep an eye out for some potential over-the-wall plays as time goes on. But right now, everyone's going back to their respective sides of the map for the most part. And Harry, oh man, he's putting up pressure.
He's laying claim. He says, this is my side of the map now. The Hemo play goes out, lands it on Soul. Soul trying to get away, does pop in the process, not close enough for the next pop. Equalizer goes down, and so does Bradley. The fight continues over on the top side of it. Harry will take down Onat, and Team Fish Taco want no more of Team Liquid.
They don't even have to wait for the Dragon coming up. TLC, with this numbers advantage they have, they could look to start the Baron right now. Pop mid out of the picture for another almost 30 seconds, but TL, they're not trying to mess with this. Just gonna go ahead and back, spend their gold.
You know, we now that we have a brief moment,
Yeah.
I want to make comparisons.
All right.
DBZ characters, Team Liquid Challengers. I'm gonna say right now, Harry is fresh out of the hyperbolic time chamber.
You know, you might be onto something there. He's been looking pretty good, and if we want to do that, I gotta say Mir is like, damn, this is hard, because there's really like only one GOAT in Dragon Ball Z, and like it's Goku. Not everyone can be Goku, you feel me? And it's tough, because you can see it here too. Taco doing their best to punch back a little bit, but they just cannot handle the Saiyan might of Team Liquid Challengers.
You know, Mir, I don't know. It's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I want to say Vegeta, not because of personality, but like bro is tough.
I don't know. He's you might hate me for this. Kind of a Frieza to me.
Why?
He's calm, collected, and murders freely and happily.
You watch the same Dragon Ball? Frieza calm?
Yeah. He's calm throughout at least the entire first half until he starts doing transformations.
Yeah, until he's inconvenient.
Oh, here we go. Team Fish Taco are looking for a fight. They'll be able to get the Pop Blossom through, and it's one kill found onto Kim Down. Can the resets amount to more is the big question. Team Fish Taco won't scoop up anything else. Instead, they'll pull back to the Baron.
I like the call. You got a numbers advantage. You got some ultimates out of the picture, so you got to try something with the deficit that you're in, but they have almost no vision. It's hard. You're going to see Soul sit in the brush just to get an idea of where people are. No team fighting ultimates available either.
Oh, Rosethorn gets in. Bradley still trying to do some work,
Spawn's
but there
resetting.
it is. Excited is Spawn, and he's raining rockets. Harry looking for the turnaround. A great flash from Spawn. Gets him out of the Emperor's Defied, and now Harry in the wrong place to be. Spawn takes him down. It's a shutdown grabbed for Team Fish Taco.
So much gold you needed going into the hands of the Jinx. Every time Spawn gets a kill, you see that passive do work for the side of Team Fish Taco. It wasn't the Baron they were hoping for, but this is a step to getting back in the game.
Kidding me? It's actually happening.
Maybe. It might be happening. And you can see it too. Team Fish Taco used all their ultimates in this last fight, and they still managed to find an angle. Rosethorn getting that CC down, eating up a lot of this damage, was just enough space for the resets to come through for this Jinx. And at that point, Arrow wasn't able to actually do any damage until the very end of this one. So when Harry's ult failed, the fight was over.
And Arrow tried so hard to keep Onat out of this fight, and Onat comes in at the worst time for Harry. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Even with the zap on Harry. I mean, that's a big pickup right now for Team Fish Taco. You know, they're not that far out of this at this point. 26 minutes in, 2.2 gold lead isn't that much. They're tied for Dragons. This is a playable map for Team Fish Taco. Remember, they still have that Rumble. They can force Team Liquid into bad spots.
And they're going to go ahead and force the Baron once again. They've spent the gold they earned from that last fight, and now they have their ults to play with, Deserex. Everyone has their big tools, and Harry is TPing into the fight.
Harry is here. All ultimates available. But Summoner spells. Arrow doesn't have his flash, neither does Spawn, and now the engage onto Harry. Harry has to back out. Emperor's Divide comes through. Spawn trying to get out of this sticky situation, gets pulled right back in and taken down by Bradley. And here comes Arrow. Feathers fly, and Team Fish Taco drop. Following through, it's not content with 3. Let's make it a 4-kill deal for Team Liquid Challengers.
And there it is, TL, they jumped on the right person. Spawn with no flash means this Jinx isn't doing any damage this team fight. So now it's TLC who have the Turo Baron buff. And watch Spawn. Again, you can see the hesitation. Taco, perhaps happy with the fact that they forced Harry's teleport, but someone is clearly making the call to hold because they stay. And then, after the trigger is pulled, watch Spawn. He gets focused down immediately with the Hemo Flag, and he just is not able to auto-attack at this point.
I do think some of that was a rough placement of the Equalizer. If it was going towards, at least angled a little bit more towards the Baron area, it could have interfered a little bit more with Arrow, but it allowed Arrow to be unchecked to get into the second half of that team fight. Great play for Team Liquid Challengers against a composition they've normally kind of struggled with in the Rumble.
True. And now, Team Fish Taco, even though things were looking all right for a moment, it seemed like they had the opportunity to pull it back. Now TLC put themselves right back in control, getting up to about a 5,000 gold lead. They still have a Turo Baron buff to play with, and you can see it now. I mean, top is pushing. They're going to focus on the mid and top side, or rather the mid and bot side, excuse me, and they're going to try and start knocking down these tier 2s, accelerate this lead that much further.
5.5k gold lead with the Turo Baron buff, focusing onto the bottom lane while they have Harry in the mid, shoving in the wave. X-Flash coming out from Mir, trying to bait out sticky situations for Team Fish Taco as they'll rotate over to the jungle. Rose Thorn's over there, so is Soul, and really dancing to the tune that Team Liquid Challengers have set thus far as waves crash into both the mid and bottom.
Dancing to their tune is right, but unfortunately, I don't know if Taco know the moves, because they are getting pulled apart. Oh, Harry?
Well, they're going to try and find the moves. Emperor's Divide comes out. Interesting play from Harry. He might actually turn that around. So close he was. Equalizer drops right on his head. A super mega death rocket follows through, but he goes down. A big source of damage off the map for Team Liquid Challengers.
I gotta say, I like what he was going for there, to be honest. Trying to dodge forward and go for the shuffle. The timing was a little bit off, but ultimately, even with your mid laner out, TLC, they push the map so far in, they're gonna be the ones to collect their soul point with 2 Mountain Drakes at their back. So they're just gonna be that much tankier, and you're seeing it now. The pity prizes are on the way.
And you have to always ask about the worth of some of these engages. That was 4 ultimates they used to take down Harry right there, B. So that just allows Team Liquid to say, like, yeah, Dragon's ours. What are you going to do? Fight? You got nothing in the tank for it.
Yeah.
But it also shows you the level of commitment Team Fish Taco have to do to get some of these kills, which is rather concerning.
It is, and it's really just telling of the game state that they're in now, where it is going to take a very large commitment for them to get any sort of return. And it's like betting on a team who always wins. You have to bet so much to get a decent return. And that's kind of the situation Taco are in. They have to commit so much, and they only get a teeny little bit for it. But it's the only choice they have.
All it takes is one good Taco game, and you become a point millionaire in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, true.
Correct.
I actually think that's how I had like 100k channel points during the promotion tournament. Because I put like 40k on Team Fish Taco, and they were not favored, so I won like 150k.
Oh man.
Dude, that was awesome.
I mean, those are the underdog odds, and Team Fish Taco, they play like an underdog squad.
I mean, they are one.
There was a whole thing, what was Josh saying before? Or what was Beatdown saying before?
Oh yeah, here we go.
No, he was saying like Team Fish Taco, they win by breaking the brakes. He had a whole segment over it where it's just showing a train with a broken brake handle.
Yeah. I don't think...
It's all about pacing for them, and it's all about confidence as well.
Through that, I mean, it's going to be really important if you're ever going to have a chance to come back in this game to play confidently. And to their credit, and you see the kind of stuff they are trying, it is the only choices that they really have. You can see what the map state is like now. Really just with Onat pushing out this bottom wave to any sort of decent point, it requires Rosethorn to be in the area. It requires the rest of Taco to stay very close to the borders of their base. And Team Liquid are doing a good job just smothering Taco. There's really no way in unless they commit 3-4 people to a side lane and push that wave out very deeply. Taco not looking like they actually want to try something like that. But soon, they're not going to have a choice. If the Mountain Soul goes through, there is no way back into this game for Taco. So they got to make something happen, find some way to get an advantage in some of these fights.
I really wonder if we're going to see more of this Vlad pick Bradley had drafted. It looked like a good response to the Rumble. Bradley was able to get the better of that lane matchup.
Yeah.
Albeit, Soul is now coaching, so maybe not up to the level he was before, but it's still a great look coming out for Bradley, who, at least in interviews past, was saying that, like, hey, I know I haven't been called up with the rest of my teammates, but that's okay. I will be ready when the team feels like I'm ready, and until then, I'm going to keep growing and developing. This is another chapter in that. Now the team fight's starting up. Ooh, looking for the keeper's verdict. Not really going to find it right there. Rosethorn able to
Bradley's
play some
here.
interference. And now Bradley on the flank will drop down the Hemo Plague. Gets returned with the Equalizer, but it's going in the wrong direction, man. Oh, 2 get deleted on both ends. Rosethorn falls, and Team Liquid Challengers 3-man march to the base of Team Fish Taco.
I love when teams do this, Eric. We're up 6,000 gold. Let's just fight them and win the game, bro. And that's what TL are doing here. Our number 1 seeded team, reminding us why they are so, as they are going to win the series 2-0.
Keeper's verdict lands onto nothing. Mirror's low, so you got to be careful still. You don't want to...
Nah, he doesn't care.
No, he does not care. Mirror doesn't need to be careful. He is the danger. And the flash burn from MedXI, that is the signal of victory for Team Liquid Challengers 2-0.
It went a little long, Eric, but there it is. TLC are now 24-8 with, albeit a little shaky in the first 10-15 minutes or so, convincing finish there versus Team Fish Tacos. And Team Fish Tacos weekend just got that much more tumultuous with their playoff dreams still in danger.
I'm sorry, B. I gotta ask, what are your thoughts on the Vlad pick? How do you feel it really shaped up?
It's interesting.
I was very interested in how this was going to play out. I knew Bradley wanted a response, so this Rumble wouldn't constantly stay a nightmare. But this was a heck of one.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, Bradley got the better of this matchup pretty consistently, except for that one tower dive. We don't talk about that. That never happened. We forget about those. But it was a very interesting pick to come through here. You go for something that has a lot of scaling, a lot of sustain, and that can be that backline threat. It kind of functions a little similarly to other champions you want to go on flanks for, like Renekton, Cassante, things like that. But you are more of a drain tank, and you take a long time to come online. That's really the downside of this pick. But this could be that cool pocket pick that Bradley has for himself when this kind of champion like the Rumble is blinded by anybody.
So good strats coming out for Team Liquid Challengers. Big Bradley, of course, Harry still looking phenomenal in position with his old squad. And that is a big dub for TLC, going 2-0 and continuing their dominance over the league. With that, we will be throwing it over to a break. When we return, we'll have Ravish on the other side. We're not interviewing a player this time. We want to know what Coach Spawn has to say about Team Liquid Challengers. We'll be right back. The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. Find your drive.
Coach Spawn, welcome on to the Verizon post-game interview. Very, very excited to have you home. And let's go and take a couple stocks of how you feeling. Feeling good?
Yeah, that was a really fun best of two, to be honest. So I'm super happy with how we've played. There's a couple of things in there that, if you peel back, we've been working on all week. So I think that the team came together really well and kind of executed on what we've been working on.
So let's go ahead and peel like a banana and go and take things back to what you've been working on. You already alluded to it, so let's talk about it, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, our team fighting execution lately has been pretty piss poor, to be honest. So a lot of our game plan was like, let's not just be a team that beats people over the head with gold leads. Let's make sure that we're actually setting up the map correctly. Let's make sure that we're looking after our side waves. And I think that we did a much better job of that, especially in game 2. I think their comp was a comp that you had to come from multiple angles to crack. And I think the last 2 team fights, when we were able to get Vlad on very big flanks, were good demonstration of kind of Bradley's map awareness and kind of how he's elevated as a team fighter this year.
I mean, I've seen it too. Bradley's been doing incredible this game. So you already talked about it. So let's talk about these picks so far. Because look, game 1, the Gragish, the Yasuo, the Ziggs, incredible stuff too. And now game 2 as well with the Vlad. So let's hop into the kitchen, Spawn. What are you cooking exactly?
Yeah, I mean, the Yasuo Malphite rel comp actually wasn't mine. To be completely honest, when we were looking at the comp, we thought that we would be able to give Tristana, take Maokai Jace again. But then the draft went a little bit sideways, so I would say they took us out of our preparation and more into some freestyle drafting, which was fun. And then, the Nico has been deprioritized pretty much globally at this point, but they're willing to pick it up. And I know that one of Harry's counter picks to that is the Yasuo. So then I'm kind of trying to shoehorn a Yasuo into a comp, but not make it completely wombo combo. So if we botch the engage and, the Renekton survives, he doesn't murder us all. So I think we got probably 4/5 of the way there on the comp, but the guys played it really well. I think they enjoy playing those kind of comps where you can just kind of, sledgehammer in and kind of blow up a fight.
I mean, hey, we enjoy watching them, so please do not stop doing a lot more of that too. Because especially considering how these guys have improved as well, I want to dig into your mind a little bit more. What is the secret sauce right now on your team that has just allowed you to maintain such a dominant spot throughout the split?
Yeah, I mean, I think that everything starts with how you kind of put teams together, right? So this off season, I knew that majority of my team was going to be promoted to LCS. So we went away. We did the Team Liquid Honda scouting grounds. We bought a bunch of high elo people. I interviewed, I think, 65, 70 people myself over a couple of weeks to see whose personality I really liked. I took into account really the grind set that they had as well, because I'm a big believer in that playing high elo solo queue constantly only, makes you better. And we got a team that we're really happy with. And then from there, obviously you have to set the right culture. Our team culture is, if you don't want to make LCS, don't play for Team Liquid. So I've always felt like I've had individuals that within 2 years feel like they can get back to LCS. Obviously, people are at different parts of their journey. Kim's at the very beginning. Someone like Mir is probably ready to play LCS right now. So it's about creating that team culture and making sure that everyone constantly is pushing themselves to that level, because then you can reprioritize how you think about everything, right? So a lot of challenger teams would be thinking games on the weekend, that's the most important thing because that's what the fans see. But for us internally, it's like our scrims are really important because our coaching staff from LCS see that. That's what our general manager sees behind the scenes. Our warm-up games against the LCS team are really important because that allows us to show against our peers kind of what level we're at. And then obviously when we want to come out and put all that together and, show our fans that we're also a good team, but it just allows us to work a little bit differently from a couple of other orgs, I'd say.
And I respect that a lot as well too, considering just how well you guys have done. I know Kim Down's a player that we were watching all throughout this play. We weren't too sure about him, but just this game on its own, the flanks he went and the engages that he has truly shown his growth overall. But I want to take a couple of pot shots at your players and get your thoughts on it. So, you're a pretty talented guy yourself on the Rift. Which one of your players do you think you could just run in a 1v1?
This is actually funny because we've done it pretty recently, to be honest. I don't know if you guys have had any leaks, but one day in the office we did a whole bunch of Lee Sin 1v1s because I pretty much said if you can't beat me on Lee Sin, you shouldn't be playing it in solo queue. And I will caveat with this with I probably haven't played a game of League of Legends in a year. And unfortunately, 3 out of 5 players, it was actually 6 at the time because Surdy was still on the roster. Surdy did beat me. That's why he was able to move up. But unfortunately, Mir fell, I think, 2 or 3 times in a row. No! So, there were a couple of people that lost the Lee Sin 1v1, which is pretty funny. No
way! That's incredible! I can't believe you beat Mir in a 1v1! Oh man, respect to you, bro. Damn, I didn't know you were that nice with this spot. But as we of course get to the tail end too, I just want you to shout out to the world as well. What can we expect from TL going into playoffs as well? Are we seeing more of the same, or have we not seen everything yet?
No, I definitely don't think you guys have seen everything yet. I think that we're a team that, as I said, we take practice really, really seriously. Every single time we go into scrims, we're looking at adding new things, show multiple dimensions to our players, and prove that, once again, I've got 5 players that could play LCS at the drop of a hat, and I think that APA coming in has proven that on Team Liquid Honda LCS, and I think that I've got another 5 individuals that could really do it. So that's what the goal is going into playoffs, is to ensure that we continue to push ourselves, that, you know, we're shadow boxing at the moment, we're playing against ourselves. I think we're 4 or 5 games clear on top, and we want to keep that top slot, and we want to kind of show everyone that we're the top dogs for a reason.
Okay, I appreciate you, Coach Spawn. Incredible insight. Thank you so much for joining us, man. GG's today as well. Cannot wait for more.
No worries. Thanks very much for the interview. And quick shout out to my partner, Jenna, who's obviously at home with my 2 boys in Australia. She's the one that makes all this possible, so, you know, I love you.
Woo! Oh, shout out Jenna one time, doing your thing. Look at you. Making shout out to the wife. You'll love that. But appreciate you, Coach Spawn. And I'm sure we'll see you more and hear from more of you soon as well. You take care.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Let's go ahead and bring back BDB and Eric as well, just to talk a bit about the interview, see what they thought. That was so cute, man. Oh, look at that.
That was so cute and wholesome, man. I always love little shout-outs like that at the very end. But, you know, it's nice hearing about the culture that Team Liquid try and bring up. It's also nicer hearing that if you do need a coach in the jungle role that plays Lee Sin, that your own coach could just hop right
Dude, he's just apparently the GOAT, which is crazy.
I like the rule. If you can't beat him, you don't play it.
Don't play it, not at all. But speaking of things to be, we got to look at our standings and take a look at our top teams and ones that have not gone over the red line just yet, those who remain. Remember, we've got a whole couple of days more of games here, homies, and Nate, if I'm looking at this, Supernova, Maryville are so close, it could flip-flop either way.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Supernova took a monumental step today towards making progress to make it over the line. I mean, we didn't expect them to take a game off DSG, but we've seen Supernova do this across the entire split, and they managed to eke out another split series against a team at the top of the table, and now they have a chance to make it to top 8.
It's so fiery, it's so incredible, and it makes these last 4 games of play, so tense, man. I do want to give a shout out to Cincinnati Fear. They were able to get a 2-0 against AoE today, which was pretty nice. It's putting them back into that contention over towards the top of the standings and away from that gatekeeper area that they've been kind of locked into. But yeah, only 4 more games. It's going to be locked in very soon.
It is indeed, my friends, but that does, of course, bring us to the end of our day. 6 incredible games and 6 incredible teams that we got to experience. Want to thank you all for watching, of course, and of course, a big thank you to Turo as well. The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car sharing marketplace, where you can book any car you want for just about any occasion. Remember, forget about bone rental cars at Turo.com. There's nothing in there. Anyways, BDB, Desrox, thank you for joining me. Big shout out to production and observers and Emily behind the scenes as always. And thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more challenges. Actually, you don't want to go anywhere. Hi, I've been Ravishing. Ravis was ravishing me on the internet. Y'all, have a good night. Peace.